Hi guys, we are going to do y equals mx plus b day 2 here. I am just basically going to go over a couple word problems here in the class kick with you so that you can see how they're kind of worked out, and then just kind of go through the extra examples that are there. So we have the first one. Just kind of want to point out a couple things to you here. Jay collects eggs in a basket and weighs the basket. He graphs the relationship between the number of eggs and the total mass in grams. So we're talking about how much it weighs. So what I do want to point out to you is this spot right here. It's on the y-axis. It looks like it's somewhere probably about 105, 110-ish, but it shows us that there's 0 eggs that have been collected at that point in time. So what we have to assume is that this y-intercept here is representing the weight of the basket initially. So that's kind of a big point for us. And then one of the other things that we can look at when we take a look at this graph is that we actually have a slope here, and it is increasing. It's hard to tell on this particular one just because of the numbers that are involved, so they're not exactly perfect ones. But as we look at the change from 1 to 2 eggs, we also see a change in the mass of the basket. So the slope that's actually here is going to be telling us the weight of the eggs. And it's actually the weight per egg in this particular case. So what we're able to see from this graph is how much the basket weighs to start, how much each egg is going to weigh, and add into the weight of the basket. Just as a reminder to you, we've talked about this formula, this equation. It's the slope-intercept form. The m here represents slope, and the b that's over here is going to represent your y-intercept for you. So m is slope, and the b is your y-intercept for us. Okay, so that's just kind of a big piece to remember. One more example here we'll kind of work through real quick. Sammy's dog walking business is off to a great start. She charges $10 for an initial visit to meet the dog and then $5 for each 15-minute walk or play session. So what we'd be able to do here is we could actually graph this. And if we were looking at our chart across the bottom here, the cost is going to increase with the number of sessions. So I'm going to go ahead and label, and we'll just go up to 7 here. And this is going to be the number of sessions that she actually has. And then if we're looking at the y-axis, we can also label that one. But we are instead going to be looking at it in terms of money. So I'm going to go ahead. I have $5 and $10. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 here. So just be 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and that one's going to be 5. So these aren't going to be exactly beautifully lined up, but you can hopefully get the idea for where things are. And we can write in here that this is her cost. So we can put that over there as a label for us. So taking a look at this one, initially her charge is $10, so that would put us at 0 visits. We'd have to pay her $10 just to come over. And then if we have the initial visit and 1 dog walking session, that would be $15. 2 sessions would be $20. And then we could kind of keep on going. So what we've learned in this chapter so far is that this would be a linear relationship here. And we'd actually put little arrows at the end. And if we were to actually write our equation here, our slope is going to be 5, and our y-intercept is that initial $10 visit. So our equation would be y equals 5x plus 10. I'll make that one a little bit bigger there. All right, moving on to your next slide here. Determine the slope and y-intercept. Write the equation of the line. So if I am taking a look here, my slope is going to be equal to my rise is 7, run is 8. My y-intercept is -6, so my equation is going to be 7/8x minus 6 then. So that's what we've been talking about over the last couple days. Next one we have here, slope is going to be, if I actually pick 2 points, so I see one right here And then I see this one right here. So if I'm looking, my rise 1, 2, 3, 4. And my run would be going over 1. So my slope is just going to be 4. And my y-intercept is 3. So my equation is y equals 4x plus 3. Using the slope and y-intercept graph, write the equation. So what we can do is just take 2 points here. Y-intercept is 1. My slope is 3/5. So I'm going to go up 3 and then over to the right 5. I'm going to go ahead and connect those two with a line, and we're good to go. My next one, I have the y-intercept is -3, which would be down here. My slope is 7, and if you remember from Friday, we said 7 over 1. So we're going to go up 7 and then over 1 to right here, and we'll connect those two with a line. On your next slide, you have a couple more of these. I'm going to go ahead and do them. My y-intercept is 4. Slope is -5. And connect with a line. This one, y-intercept is -1. Slope is -6/5. And connect them with a line. And then this one just says identify slope and y-intercept, and then actually go ahead and graph it. So in this first one, my slope is 4 and my y-intercept is -3. So if I plot my -3, go up 4 and then to the right 1, and connect my dots. And the next one, I have -6x plus 5. So y-intercept is 5. Go down 6 and to the right 1 for my negative slope, and connect them with a line. A couple more examples are on this last page. So this one's going to go actually off of our graph here. So we're going to put it up here. My slope being 7, I'm actually going to change this to a -7 over a -1 so that I stay on my graph. So I'm going to go down 7 and to the left 1, which will put me right here, and connect these two. So this one, yeah, goes off the graph, not a great example. And same thing with this last one, it is going to go off the graph as well because we have -6 for our intercept. -2 is my slope, so I'm going to actually change it to 2 over -1 so that I go up 2 and then to the left 1. But then that'll still accomplish me having a negative slope. So if you remember from some of those outside problems, we had to get a little bit creative the other day. So that's just a quick refresher on what this lesson looks like, and you have a couple other activities to go along with this today.